Well, Jeff, it seems to me like you're getting desperate now. First, you claim all these mass shooters are Mgtow, but yet you show no evidence. In fact, there were several fact checkers trying to find a link between the mass shooters and Mgtow, and well, there's no substantial evidence backing that up. In fact, Jeff, it has been exposed that there are also women who are mass shooters too. I wonder how many of them are feminists. Oh, I forgot. You got your feelings when I brought that shit up, did you? Now we on to your next retarded fuck ass claim here. Now Jeff is claiming that serial killer Samuel Little is the biggest Mgtow of us all. Yeah, stupid, isn't it? And by the way, Jeff, I just love how you try to invoke me in situations like this, knowing good and damn well I'm a fact checker. In fact, the receipt you brought to the table does not even prove that Samuel Little is the biggest Mgtow of us all. In fact, I'm subscribed to the Infographic Show and most other crime scene channels on YouTube. And it's funny that all these channels who talked about serial killer Samuel Little never claimed he was a Mgtow. That claim came from your pussy lips you call a mouth, Jeff. And I promise you, Jeff, by the end of this video, you're gonna wish I stayed quiet. Oh, J.D. Mills is awfully quiet about the biggest Mgtow of them all, slaughtering 93 women and bragging about it in police interviews. Well, Jeff, you're gonna wish I stayed quiet. Because let's talk about Samuel Little. One thing to keep in mind, Samuel Little didn't start his serial killing spree until 1970s, and it lasted for 3 decades. His last known murder was back in 2005. And keep in mind, around this time, Samuel Little's old age caught up with him at the age of 65 years old. Basically, he no longer had the strength anymore, in which at this time, he stopped his killing. And another thing Jeff should understand is the Mgtow philosophy wasn't created until 2008. 3 years after his last killing, and a long way before Samuel Little started his murdering spree. So at this point, Jeff's claims is not adding up. And he was finally arrested for all the murders in 2012 when he was picked up at a homeless shelter at the age of 72. By 2004, he was convicted on 3 of the murders out of the 93. And was sentenced to consecutive life sentences in prison for those murders. And by December 30th, 2020, Samuel Little died at the age of 80. Now here's where Jeff, the male feminist fuckboy's claims fall short. In case Jeff doesn't pay any attention, Mgtow was created in 2008. So basically, Samuel Little is not a Mgtow. And on top of that, Jeff, let me get something else clear to you too. It ain't up to you to tell anybody who is and who ain't a Mgtow, especially when you're a fucking hater. And another thing, Jeff, unless it came out of their mouth, shut your retarded fuck ass up forever. No, Jeff, you don't decide who is and who ain't a Mgtow. They decide. And guess what, Jeff? There's no evidence claiming that he's a Mgtow. This is something that you want everybody to believe. Oh, did I also fail to mention? Jeff is only doing this just to kiss Claire Harris's ass. Now, in case y'all don't know who Claire Harris is, she's also a feminist who is known to be a bad actor, spreading lies and false misinformation in a desperate attempt to try to make Mgtows into terrorists in which there's no evidence backing that shit up. And because of her bad acting, she has been blacklisted. And in case Jeff doesn't know, when a person is blacklisted, it means any video they make or any claims they make is not going to be heard by new listeners. And no, Jeff, view counts doesn't determine if you're blacklisted. So your subscriber count does. And you know when you're blacklisted when your videos don't reach new audiences. This is the reason why both your channel, Mgtow or Incel Weirdos in a Hate Group, Jeff, and Claire Harris's channel are both stagnant. This is the reason why you, Jeff, is struggling to catch up with your subscriber count on your other channel, Mgtows for Losers. I hope I ain't losing the male feminist fuckboy yet. So for Jeff to sit there and say Samuel Little is a Mgtow, that is quite the reach. And the irony of it all, Jeffy boy here wants to cry about, oh, J.D. Miller's reaching for straws. Well, Jeff, if I'm reaching for straws, then what does that make you grabbing all the straws out the hand? And no, Jeff, picking random men who either murdered or did anything that is against the law doesn't make them Mgtow. And as far as I'm concerned, it seems like you want to be a bad actor like Claire Harris too. And by the way, I thought Mgtows were men who are walking away from women. But judging by everything I've seen and everything I fact checked, Samuel Little was too busy trying to lure women, which goes against the Mgtow philosophy. So this really destroys your claim altogether. But yeah, you got these desperate Mgtow haters trying to come up with each and every retarded fuck-ass trick in the book in a desperate attempt to make Mgtows look like terrorists, and they still have no evidence to back it up. This is the reason why they've been failing for fucking years. And the shit needs to stop. And as I said, Jeff, you don't go around making men Mgtow. And that's the one thing I like about Mgtow, by the way. We don't determine whether a man is a Mgtow or not. It's up to that individual. No, Jeff, not us, the person himself. And as far as it goes, there's no evidence of Samuel Little ever being a fucking Mgtow because he never claimed to be one. Especially when Mgtow wasn't created until 2008. And keep in mind, Samuel Little is an old man who probably has no fucking interest in Mgtow to begin with. So at this point, Jeff, your claim, just as much as all your other claims, always fall short. And what's even more sad and pathetic, look how desperate these Mgtow haters are to try to make Mgtows into criminals. This is the reason why they can't show no fucking evidence. They can't put a single receipt on the table. They can't put a single receipt on the table. But they expect for everybody to believe what they say because it comes out their pussy lips they call a mouth. What's more, you also got retarded folks believing this shit. And in case Jeff, Claire Harris, and the rest of their ilk don't know, there's this thing on social media called fact checking or fact check. Basically, if you make a video, a post, or anything making claims, guess what? The algorithm will fact check those claims. And if it turns out that your claims are false and misleading, Jeff, that's how you become blacklisted. That's how you become a bad actor. And this is the reason why you sorry-ass Mgtow haters are still struggling. Off the rip. Now I said what I had to say. I'm done with this bullshit, desperate attempt to try to make Mgtows into the bad guys, and I'm out this bitch. Later.